Dear students, we will discuss primary structure of proteins in this video. Proteins have four levels of structure: primary structure, secondary structure, tertiary structure, and quaternary structure. Primary structure of proteins consists of sequence in which different types of amino acids are bind together one another. It gives complete information about covalent bonds in protein chain. To find out primary structure of proteins, knowledge of three things must be required. One is types of the amino acids present in the protein chain, in which sequence these amino acids are combined from N-terminal to C-terminal in amino acid in protein chain. And last is composition of each amino acid, means concentration or how many times every amino acid repeat in that particular protein chain. To determine composition and types of amino acid that are forming protein chain, we have to do this type of study. First of all, protein chain is treated with 6 molar hydrochloric acid for about 24 hours. During that time period, all peptide bonds in the protein chain break down and we get mixture of amino acid. To separate the mixture of amino acid, ion chromatography, ion exchange chromatography method is adopted. When each amino acid leave the chromatographic column, we react that with ninhydrin reagent. The reaction of ninhydrin reagent with amino acid gives purple colored solution. The color of this solution depends upon the concentration of that particular amino acid. This intensity of purple color is detected by spectrophotometer and plotted in the form of chromatogram, in which absorption by solution of amino acid, or we can say intensity of color, is plotted against elution time of amino acid from that chromatography column. Now we can see in chromatogram there are number of peaks present. Position of each peak gives us information of particular type of amino acid present in that protein chain, and area under each peak gives information about concentration of amino acids present. Now we have knowledge about two things: what types of amino acids are present and what is the concentration of that particular amino acid. And next question is sequence of amino acid in protein chain. For that, if we do hydrolysis, all peptide bonds break simultaneously and we will get mixture of amino acid. So we cannot obtain amino acid sequence information. For this, there is a method known as terminal residue analysis. If we want to know about amino acid present at N-terminal, then N-terminal residue analysis is present. For determination of amino acid present at C-terminal, C-terminal residue analysis is used. Now starting with N-terminal residue analysis, there are number of methods present to determine amino acid present at N-terminal. First method is Singer's method, in which 2,4-dinitrofluorobenzene, known as Singer reagent, is reacted with protein or peptide chain. This reagent reacts with free amino group present at N-terminal of peptide chain and forms DNP derivative. This DNP derivative further hydrolyzed in presence of heat and give rise to N-terminal amino acid residue plus mixture of other amino acid as byproduct. Main drawback of this method is we can identify only one N-terminal amino acid and other remaining peptide chain converts into mixture of amino acid. So this is main drawback or limitation of this method. Another method is Edmonds method, in which phenyl isothiocyanate means Edmond reagent is used or reacted with protein chain. By this reaction, we ultimately get phenyl thiohydrantoin of amino acid present at N terminal, and after removal of this amino acid from N terminal, we get remaining protein chain as such with one less amino acid. So advantage of this method is we can get complete identification of all the amino acids present in protein chain or smaller polypeptide chains by step. Another method, Dancile method, can be used for N-terminal analysis, in which reagent used is Dancile chloride in the similar way as studied earlier. Next is C-terminal residue analysis. Here are mainly two methods are used, hydrogenolysis and one is enzymatic method. In hydrogenolysis method, peptide chain is reacted with hydrogen at high temperature. Hydrogen reacts with this peptide chain and all the peptide bonds break down in presence of this. So ultimately we get one free C-terminal amino acid and mixture of hydroxides of other amino acid present in peptide chain. So here is drawback of this hydrogenolysis method. Like Singer's method for N-terminal residue analysis, we can identify only one C-terminal amino acid and remaining chain converts into mixture of amino acid. So we cannot get complete sequence of protein chain to know primary structure of proteins. Another method is enzymatic method, that is very selective method, as selective hydrolysis takes place in this method. The enzyme used for this is carboxypeptidase. This carboxypeptidase enzyme selectively break that peptide linkage, only that imide bond which is present at adjacent of free acid group. So we get degraded peptide or protein chain and one C-terminal amino acid. So advantage of this method is the remaining chain is not converting into mixture of amino acid. We get C-terminal amino acid. Then we again treat with this shorter peptide chain with the enzyme. Then we get second amino acid from C-terminal, and one by one we can get complete information and find out primary structure of proteins. The secondary structure, tertiary structure and quaternary structure we will do in another lecture. Thank you.